Reading is a gateway to learning and academic success. Today, we focus on an assessment of reading skills among first year English major students, exploring their strengths, identifying areas for growth, and finding ways to support them as future educators. To start with, vocabulary is a key part of reading comprehension. Students with strong vocab tend to perform better academically, and for future English teachers, it is crucial since they will teach foundational language skills to young learners. However, many students still struggle with unfamiliar words that affects their comprehension and as well as their overall performances. So the data were collected using the VLT or the Vocabulary Level Test. It is a standardized closed-ended instrument that measures learners' receptive knowledge of words at different frequency levels. So it uses cluster matching items to assess vocab recognition, and it established validity and reliability, making it suitable for comparing proficiency across participants. So we use the version 1, which includes 5 levels: the 2,000 word level, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, and academic vocab word level.
So now let's talk about the respondent of our study. The primary participant of this study were first-year students enrolled in the English 1C section under the College of Education at Central Mindanao University. All respondents were English majors, and a total of 30 students participated in the data collection. This group was selected because they represent the target population relevant to the focus of the research. So now let's talk about the strengths and limitations of our study. The study used both online and face-to-face surveys and a standard vocabulary test, which made the results more accurate. These methods help clearly show the students' vocabulary level and academic readiness. The limitations of our study is that the study had only 30 participants and relied on self-reported answers, so the results cannot represent all English majors. It also did not include interviews, which limited deeper understanding of the students' experience.
The result of the study indicated that the highest total scores were observed at the 3,000 word level, gaining 791 total scores, with similarly robust performance at the 2,000 word level, gaining 696 total scores, and 5,000 word levels, gaining 693 total scores. Descriptive statistics further support this finding with high mean scores at the 3,000 word level, 26.37, and 2,000 word level at a mean of 23.20. The standard deviation for the 2,000 word level is 4.74, while as for 3,000 word levels, it indicates that it has 5.73 standard level and are relatively low. This indicates that student scores are consistent and clustered closely around the mean, suggesting a reliable level of proficiency in high-frequency vocabulary. In contrast, a significant drop in scores was observed at the 10,000 word level, gaining 408 total scores. Descriptive statistics show that the lowest mean and median scores were at the 10,000 word level, gaining the mean of 13.60 and the median of 14. This indicates that students struggle with low frequency, advanced vocabulary. These words are less common in everyday language and academic texts, making them more challenging to acquire. The standard deviation for the 10,000 word level is 7.60. It is much higher than the 2,000 word level and the 3,000 word levels. This shows that students' scores on very infrequent words are more spread out and inconsistent. This variability suggests that some students may have encountered and learned some of those words, while others have not, leading to a wider range of scores. The VLT results a moderate scores of 662 in total in academic vocabulary. Descriptive statistic indicates a moderate mean of 22.07 and median of 24.
As per our recommendations, based on the needs assessment, our result shows that while students demonstrate strong mastery of high and mid-frequency vocabulary, they continue to struggle with academic and low frequency, or 10,000 word level vocabulary. These gaps limit their ability to understand advanced and specialized texts, which are essential for higher courseworks and for their future role as English educators. To address this, we recommend implementing targeted vocabulary instructions that focuses specifically on academic and low-frequency words. After applying these interventions, follow-up assessments should be conducted to measure their effectiveness. We also suggest gathering qualitative data through interviews or focus group discussions to better understand students' vocabulary, learning strategies, and the challenges they face. Lastly, we recommend monitoring students' progress over time through longitudinal studies to determine whether these instructional adjustments lead to long-term improvement. Overall, these steps will help create evidence-based strategies that more effectively support students' vocabulary development.
Good day, everyone. Today we will be presenting our Vocabulary and Academic Language Enhancement Program, also known as VALEP. This language intervention program is designed specifically for first-year BSEd English students. For our objectives, this program aims to strengthen students' academic language by improving their vocabulary knowledge. We focus on low, mid, and high-frequency vocabulary to support better comprehension and communication. For the duration, the program runs for 8 to 12 weeks, giving students enough time to build vocabulary steadily. For our needs assessment, we began by assessing students' vocabulary levels through a pre-test and a short survey. This helps us identify their strengths and weaknesses so the program can focus on the areas where they need most support. For the VALEP overview, we have it strengthens vocabulary through contextual learning and small group activities. Students practice new words through reading, discussions, and short performance tasks, making vocabulary use more natural and meaningful. For feedback and assessment, students receive continuous feedback on their speaking and writing tasks. We use simple rubrics to track progress and help them improve clarity, fluency, and academic vocabulary use. For our technology integration, the program also uses technology to support learning. Students record their tasks, use online tools for practice, and review their own progress, helping them become more confident and independent learners.
Okay, let us now proceed to the next part of our intervention program. For resources and materials, the program provides vocabulary list, worksheets, reading passages, and speaking guides. We also make use of online tools like videos and vocabulary apps to support independent and continuous learning. For monitoring, students' progress is consistently tracked through their assessments and activities. Feedback is given through comments, notes, and simple recognition to motivate and guide them toward improvement. For the culmination activity, we will conduct a teaching demonstration where students can showcase what they've learned. Teachers, peers, and invited observers will provide feedback to help them improve even further. For program evaluation, students will answer short surveys or interviews so we can identify what worked well and what needs adjustment. Their overall performance helps us measure the effectiveness of the program. And finally, for continued support, we will offer access to digital resources, follow-up sessions, and enhancement activities to ensure that the students continue developing their language skills even after the program ends.
Another program component is reading integrated vocabulary workshops. VALEP includes weekly workshops where students learn new words through simple readings like articles and stories. They are taught to use hints in the text like definitions, examples, and comparisons to guess the meaning of unknown words. Activities such as marking the text, mapping words, and checking comprehension help link learning new words with better reading skills. Next one is morphological and etymological training. This part helps students understand how words are made. They learn about word parts like roots, beginnings, and endings. Students practice breaking apart difficult words to figure out their meanings. Short lessons on Latin and Greek word origins also help them better understand and remember academic words. The next one is interactive vocabulary games and task-based activities. Students play fan words games like bingo and word races and join group quizzes. They also do creative projects like making posters and acting out skits and keeping vocabulary journals. These activities make learning new words more exciting and help students remember and use vocabulary better. The next one, writing integration and application task. Students practice using new vocabulary in writing tasks such as summaries and short essays. The writing topics relate to what they are learning in class. They get feedback and help from teachers and classmates to improve how they use words and write clearly. And the last one, teacher training and capacity building. Teachers get regular training to learn better ways to teach vocabulary and help students use academic language. They receive updated lessons, materials, and tools to check students' progress. Teachers also work together and get support to make sure they teach well and help students succeed.